All right, welcome back. We continue live right here, Pittsburgh CW. I'm Bob Pompeani, and you're watching the Allegheny Health Network Nightly Sports Call on the Bordas and Bordas Hotline. Interesting tweet at KD Pomp from Victor Jason. And Victor, thank you for this because it's a good point. He says, just remember, San Jose won a game 7-0, and then Edmonton 7-1 in the same series. So, and both teams lost the next game after those big wins. This is my point. It's not as easy as it seems, and one game doesn't flow into the other necessarily. And just because you score 7 one night doesn't mean you'll score more than 2 the next. Who knows? That's hockey. Let's go to line 1. Shy in the Hill District. What's up, Shy?
Hello, Bob. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Yes, I want to say, and I have called this line and said this time and time again, the cheap shots that they throw, they need to step in and give some fines and some suspensions, because this is really ridiculous that, they have to keep going through this. I mean, just like football. They throw a cheap shot, they get suspended or fined. The league needs to step in and do something about this.
Yeah, Roger Goodell hasn't done a lot of great things, but one thing he did, he made a point, and it was because of the CTE, the lawsuits, all the things that are going on with the concussions, which I don't think you'll ever get out of the game completely, just the way it is. It's a physical, violent game. But for targeting, yes, there were no excuses. Zero tolerance. If you made contact with somebody's head, you're going to be flagged, fined, if not suspended. Hockey seems to be resistant to it. They have the same problems with concussions. Like I just described, we've had 3 here for the Penguins in the last 3 games or 4 games or how many this playoff series, and yet no suspensions as a result. Nothing, not even penalties called. Please, something's got to change. It gets frustrating to me. Al in the West End, what's up, Al? How you doing?
Hey, buddy. Good to talk to you as always.
Thank you, sir.
I think when people really need to pay attention to one thing, and the NBC announcers talked about this, the importance of return of Trevor Daley. And I hope the management is paying attention to the fact when he's there and bring him back next year. He is a very important key to the Penguins' success and their defense. I want to hear your comments about that, Bob.
Well, he's been terrific, one of the best trades. When you think back about that deal for Rob Scuderi, come on. It was brilliant, and he played a critical role in last year what they did, and now that he's back, you see he's got a heavy shot. He knows how to be on that power play, but at the same time, he's at the end of a contract, like Bonino, like Chris Kunitz. They have some money they're going to save. They're not bringing back a lot of older guys, I don't think, altogether. They have other guys they believe in, and eventually you're going to see a passing of the torch there. I'm not sure what they're going to do with him, but people like him. Justin Schultz is also going to be up for a big raise, and they're going to have to put some money in that department. So we'll see what they do, but they're going to save some money here as well. Let's go to Dean in Aspinwall. Hey, Dean, how you doing?
Good, Bob. Hey, I really believe you're the best talk show host in Pittsburgh, second to none.
I just try to do my job, man, but thank you. I appreciate that.
Connor Sheary, healthy scratch, injury scratch?
Just from what I know, he's just not putting it out there. I mean, he needs, I've said this a while ago, I think he needed to be in the press box just to, whatever is not working for him, he needs to look at it. He needs to watch, he needs to see.
He hasn't been playing well.
That's it.
Where did Tiny Archibald come from? He's really added some juice to the team.
Tiny, yeah. He's been up. He was up during the regular season a couple of times. He's the same kind of guy they have with Sheary and Russ and those guys. They're smaller, but they don't lack in heart or desire. And I think, thanks to the call, that those are the kind of guys that you can't have enough of. They come up and they know the system well. The one thing the Penguins have done with Wilkes-Barre is they put it together. They have the same system. They play the same way. So when you call them up, you don't see that much of a drop-off, and that's the whole idea. All right, what a game going on here with the NBA. At one point, Cleveland had a 21-point lead, and it looked like they're going to blow them out. I thought they would. All of a sudden, it's 108-106. Boston has the lead. They've gone all the way back without Isaiah Thomas, who's out for the rest of the playoffs. That's really good coaching by Brad Stevens so far, I think, in this game. We'll be back after this. The Allegheny Health Network Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by the Allegheny Health Network and by #1 Cochrane. Go one better.